Do you want to know more about this stem? Check this bad boy out. This thing looks sweet. Today we're going to do an explain and review on the Billet BMX Shield stem. This thing is super cool. It is very different from a lot of the other stems, and I know you've been trying to find out information about it, and I got all that information for you. So yeah, check out this stem. This stem is 100% CNC machined. So what that is pretty much they get a solid chunk of aluminum, and there's a machine that precisely goes down and it uses tooling to take away material to leave this shape. So a solid chunk of aluminum gets milled down and they create this, and then after that you have other ways to finish it, anodizing, chroming, stuff like that. So this one's CNC machined 100%, and the cap is CNC machined. What I like about this stem is that it's a little bit different than most stems. Notice how the cap is the big giant shield, and it kind of comes down to here, creates big mirror right here. I know I'm dirtying it, but it just looks pretty cool, and I wanted to show you it. It kind of looks like the profile stems, has some recessed machining right here. All the ends are rounded off, so that thing looks pretty sweet. You can't really tell from the photos, but this outer piece is actually machined down, and then the inside of these bees. So when you see the colored version of this, and this is aluminum color, that's a machine side down, like lowered, and then the bee as well is machined down. So that's why it looks like that. On the colored ones, this isn't machined in, so it's all one solid color. So that looks pretty cool. There's one big thing about this stem that sets it apart from other stems, and I'll tell you about it in a second. But also check out how this has the recessed fork cap. So when you have a fork and it has a cap on the top, the cap will actually sit lower than this. So it actually sits flush and makes a really clean, how do you say, just the top of the stem's really clean. So that makes it super nice. Another thing I noticed is the hardware. Notice how the hardware is actually silver, which is pretty crazy. A lot of times you'll see bolts and stuff like that, they're more of a black, hard anodized color, stuff like that. These ones are actually stainless steel, so that it prevents rusting and getting dirty, and the stem just looks brand new from the day you got it till, 5 years from now, when these bolts have been weathered. Another thing on here is check out the bottom of the stem. This thing's actually made so you can reverse it. So the bottom of the stem also has a recess. I think that's very interesting compared to a lot of the other stems. A lot of other stems I haven't seen really do that. This one actually does it. Another cool feature is that it has an actual upside down or right side up clamping ability. Well, that all depends if you're running the stem this way or you're running the stem this way. If you run it upright like a traditional top load stem, then the bolts are going to be on the bottom, and it's going to kind of have a really clean look to it. Whereas if you do it upside down and you drop the bars a little bit more, you're going to see the top on here. But what's cool is that they actually machined it right here on the bottom. So all the little details that Morgan does on these stems is very cool. Let's check out how much it weighs. What do you think that this stem weighs? Leave a comment below. Let us know what you think this stem weighs. We're gonna prove it to you right here. Let's see how much this bad boy weighs. So you're at 163 grams. So I would say that is kind of on the heavy side, but with all the chroming and stuff like that, I don't put against it to be a little bit heavier. The chrome just adds a little bit more weight, but man, that thing does look good. Another thing is that a lot of these American-made machine stems and stuff like that have standard bolts, which are 1/4 inch usually, and other stems have 6mm. So most of the imported stems are 6mm. This one actually is 6mm, so I think that's pretty cool. Also too, notice how these bolt holes are pretty tight. There's not very much room for any anything. So it looks pretty cool. It's pretty solid, stuff like that. So, but overall, what do you guys think about this stem? You think that it's worth it? You think this stem is dope? Leave us a comment below and let Billet know what you think about this Billet BMX Shield logo stem. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.